Hello everybody, it's Pam from Nana's Crafting Cottage, back with you again. Welcome to my channel and welcome back to all my current subscribers. Welcome to my new subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, as promised, we are going to start Christmas Lane. And it is with some envelopes that my sister, the Crafty Auntie, had sent me that are vintage, as well as just junk mail envelopes that I have. So I picked out 5 of them, and if you want to follow along, whatever envelopes you have, as long as they're close to the width of each other, that's fine because we can trim them. Also, it doesn't matter if they're all tall or not because we can shorten them or do according to what you would like on your Christmas lane. So what I've done is I've picked out 5 and I've put them in the order that I want to put them in. And I always like to have a large window in the middle, just to have as a main focal point, I guess. So yeah, maybe I'll do this and do this at the end. And we'll be hinging them, but what we need to do first is get your envelopes picked out, laid out how you want them to be hinged together, and then we're going to ink them, do the sides and around the windows here. So not so much the tops right now. And I'm looking at this one and I'm trying to see how I'm going to do the rooftops on these 2 shorter ones. Let's see, let me get some more room this way. And that one's about the same. So I'm trying to figure out, am I going to be able to use these? Yes, I can use them. I can use them. Yep, I can use them. Okay, because some of them are going to have sharp peaks, some of them are going to have smaller peaks. Yeah, so whatever you have that you can use. So I'm going to stop the camera right now, do the inking, and size them widthwise, and then I will be right back. I decided to come back with you guys and just kind of chat a little bit as I ink these up. Now I did trim this one and this one to the same width as these 3 pieces, which happens to be 4 inches. So I just trimmed this one equally on both sides, so it is open on both sides and at these ends, which doesn't matter because we're going to be putting stuff inside there before we cover our houses. So this one the same way. I cut it on the side that had kind of a torn piece like this, and I'm not worried about the back. That's going to be covered. So yeah, and you want to get around your windows real good. Now if it gets on your windows, you can just use a tissue and go around it and take off what you want. These are naturally patinaed, so whatever is on there, it'll come off. Yeah, so how are you guys doing? It's been busy around here only because we got everything winterized, both the coop and the house, and we've had rain off and on. I'm in Northwest Oregon, and we're supposed to get some rain again in a day or so for several days, which is typical for here. It's not as bad as Seattle or anything like that because they get a whole lot more rain than we do. But yeah, so we're all set for that. We have the hose is disconnected. My husband put the covers on the hose bibs, and yeah, so we're set for whatever. My girls, my chickens are all set. We got the coop wrapped, and their drinker hooked up to electric, and yeah, so, and it only goes off and on automatically. It warms up to a certain temperature and then stops at a certain temperature. So yeah, and I get the heavy duty plastic off of Amazon. It's commercial or construction grade is, I guess, what you call it. And yeah, so we're all set there. And as you can see, it does not matter what color these envelopes are, because we'll be covering and decorating and such, so you'll barely even see anything as far as the original color or even the original shape of the envelope, whether it's tattered or whatever. So whatever you have on hand. Now my sister, the Crafting Auntie, sent me a bunch of vintage envelopes that she wasn't using, and I am glad to get them. Thank you, sister, again. And I'm having a really good time with them. So yeah, now the ink I'm using is the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. I decided on that. I didn't want to go super dark on this because of the pretty colors and such. But I will be inking regularly when I decorate. And don't worry about the shape of your windows, worrying about, you know, how do I put paper around that? How do I get it the right shape? You don't have to worry about any of that, because we'll be going over the window just slightly. So I'm inking only because in case anything like of that part shows through. So it's just automatic, just something that I do. So we're going to get these inked up. And I have to ink the back too. So we'll do that together as well as we chat. And I think you've seen my, if you followed me for any length of time, you've seen the flip throughs of my accordion journal that's both Halloween and Christmas, or Halloween and fall, sorry. Getting ahead of myself there. And of Autumn Avenue, that's made from envelopes too. I had a blast with that one. That was so much fun. And that one too, I did fall on one side and Halloween on the other. And if you've not seen the flip through, I've got the videos out there. Just look for the flip through of either one. They were just so much fun. In the accordion one, I took part in the accordion collaboration, so it was hashtag accordion collaboration. And Amy at Crafty Cat was one that started that. And I thought, oh, I want to get in on that one. And it was done with a file folder, torn. So it looks, you know, the edge, the tattered edge looked kind of zigzag, accordion style. That's just how it came out. Yeah, so I've been busy with fun projects and things around the house, and yeah, just life goes on. We did get a new refrigerator. We had 2 refrigerators, one in the kitchen and one in the laundry room as an extra. And that one came with the house 35 or so years ago. So it's done us well, but it was dying very rapidly. So we moved the kitchen one back there and put the new one in the kitchen. Stainless steel, side by side. Yeah, we're very happy with it. Very excited with it. We feel like we're all uptown because the last one was just a freezer at the top, you know, fridge on the bottom, just standard refrigerator. And it's quite roomy, so we can put our sodas and extra food back there. Okay, there. Now after I get these inked up, we're going to figure out the roof lines on each one. And we'll get that part done and then inked. And I'm going to get them cut to the shape. And I'm going to leave the top open because I have some scrapbook paper that looks like bricks. And it's real kind of Christmassy looking, and I thought that would be perfect for little chimneys on these houses. And yeah, so I put that aside so I wouldn't use it for anything else until I get this done. Yeah. Now there's tatty edges, torn, you know, opened envelope edges and so forth. And when we get ready to cover these, we will deal with those at that time. We'll trim and make it so you wouldn't even know it. But we do need to figure out our window pieces. So be thinking about that for yours, because in the next video we will be doing that and starting to cover our houses when we get that part done. I know this part is boring, but I thought, well, we can chat while I do it. Okay, so we got that part done. Now to figure out our roof lines, and what we'll do is mark the halfway point. So if all of these are 4 inches, well, this one is not quite 4 inches. Let's see here. Yeah, they're all the same. So yeah, about 3 3/4 or so. But what I like to do is take this and fold it halfway and kind of crease it right there. And then I can see what it is. Hopefully I can see. Okay, it is, let's see, 1 7/8. 1 7/8. So 1 3 5 1 7/8 right there. So I'm going to mark all of them that, since they're all the same size. And here. And here. This way you can figure out how sharp of roof you want or how shallow a roof you want. 4 and 7/8. There we go. Okay, so you take your ruler and you see what depth you want as far as a little rooftop. Do I want to go 2.5? I think I'll do 2.5 on this one. And go 2.5 here and bring it up. Like that. So that's our first rooftop, and that's the part that will be cut right here. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Go to your center line, and this one I think I will do the 1 7/8. It's here because it's a shorter one. Get the 1 7/8 on the center mark. Is that going to work? Let's see. Let me do it this way, and then I can see better what to do. Well, this one isn't quite the same. I don't want it to go too shallow. Let's see if this is, yeah, that isn't correct. So let me get this. Yeah, see, that isn't correct. So let me get my eraser. And, oops, we'll correct that. So obviously not all of them are the same, which is fine, which is fine. So that is at, oh golly, hard to see the mark. 1 3/4. 1 3/4 is this one. Okay, so there's our mark there. All right. And I think we'll do this one at 2 1/8, or 1/16, sorry, 2 1/16. And we'll do this one 2 1/16 right there. And so there's our rooftop there. And if it isn't exactly right, no worries. No worries. Okay, is this halfway? I think the best way is just to crease it, and then you know for sure. Yeah, it's right there. So I'm going to make this one a little bit deeper because I can. I think I'll do it at 2.5. 2.5, or 2 3/4. Sorry. Whew. I know my measurements, really I do. Golly. Okay, 2 3/4. Right there and right there. So it's almost like a chalet one. So you'll see your rooftops are going to be different, shallower, steeper, you know, different little rooftops. The one I did for the Autumn Avenue, I did the rooftops all kind of different. This one's okay. I did them all kind of cattywampus because that's how I wanted it to look. and I thought it came out really cute. I was really happy with it. Okay, so 2 1/4 there, and 2 is it 2 what? Let's see. Yeah, that's 2 1/4. Okay, and let's get the thing right here. 2 1/4 right there. All right, I was going to say, what on earth is going on? Okay, there we go. And then the last one, let's make sure he's in the middle. This is the easiest way to find the middle on each one. And it's right here, just off just a little bit, but that's enough to make you go goofy if you're trying to get it done. Okay, let's do 2 inches here. Just a shallow little roof, which is fine. And do 2 inches there. There. Okay, we got those all marked. Not too bad. Okay, so what I'll do next is cut these rooftops following my lines. Following the lines. And like I said, if they're off just a little bit, that's no big deal. No big deal. Okay, this one looks off to me. So I am going to, yep, I see what's happened here. Didn't quite get it on the mark. So let me see what this one was at. It was at 2 1/8 or 2 1/16, and okay, I see here 2 1/16. It's off just a teensy bit. So let me make a darker line there. It still doesn't look right to me. Okay. My screen keeps going off. Okay. This looks like not quite an inch. And this is a little over an inch. So I need to get this side corrected. Where is it here? 2 1/16 right there. Okay. And 2 1/16 right there. 2 okay. Still looks funny. You know what? I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna bring it down just a pinch here, and then follow this one here. There we go. That looks a little bit better. A little bit. Let me see. There we go. Okay, now I'm happier. So you may have to play with it a little bit, but that's okay. can always erase your marks and try it again. Okay, here we go. So we have some different roof lines going on here, which is really cute. Get this trash out of the way. And on to the next ones. Follow the line. And follow the line. Okay. There's that. And then, okay, this one looks kind of funny too to me. I don't know why, but yeah, it's just a little bit shallower. There we go. There we go. Okay, and we'll be covering these, so you don't have to worry about all that. Okay, now let's do the inking on the roof, because that will have to be done. Where's my, oh, right in front of me. Okay, so let's ink this up. On the front and the back. Okay. And here. And you ink it however you want or not ink it. I like to ink things like this because you never know what's going to show on the edge. And I don't want gray or stark white or orange to show up underneath. That's just my preference. But when we cover, it'll cover 99.9% of that. So. There's going to be several videos to this little series. We're going to take it step by step so that everybody can follow along and hopefully be happy with what you come up with. If you see an easier way to do things, by all means do that. I'm trying to take it step by step so that we're not having to go back and go, oh, I forgot to do this before doing this. I'm trying to alleviate that. So, and I learned this from Nancy Pyter, P-Y-T-E-R. Her YouTube channel is under her name. And you should go check her out. She's got just some of the most fun ideas. She's been doing Halloween mostly right now. She'll be starting Christmas and she'll be doing a town. And this is where I got the idea from for my Autumn Avenue, was from her. And I enjoyed doing that so much, I thought, oh, I got to do a Christmas one. So I'm kind of getting in the Christmas mood. I've done several projects for autumn and Halloween, and I'm ready for Christmas now. I just am. Okay, next what I want to do is, I'm not going to worry about this part yet until we get things decorated in here, but any of these loose flaps like this, I want to glue to where they should be on these corners here. So I'm going to get that done now because that seems to be something that I forget to do, and I don't want to forget that part. Okay, so glue it down so we're not having anything flapping around. Yeah, see these ends right here is what I'm talking about here. So I just glue them down. I don't want to glue the thing together yet because I'm not done playing around inside here. I need to get that decorated. Okay, so let's do that to our envelopes. Go through the flaps. Don't necessarily close it up all the way. Just glue it to where the flaps should be. And that way we're not having to deal with those later. That one's okay. Here, it just saves some grief later. Let's put it that way. Okay. And this is all wide open here, so, and that one's all right. Just check both sides. Okay, and this one. And just go to where the edge of the underneath is. Okay. Yep. And this one's okay. It's time consuming a little bit, but it's well worth taking care of this now instead of worrying about it when the time comes. All of a sudden, I can't. You don't want it flapping around before you start covering it. Let's put it that way. And just go to the edges. Yeah, see, like this one is way down in there. I want to glue that together and glue that together because you don't want anything, if you want to put a tag in there or whatever. I don't know if we're going to put a tag in there, but if you decide to, it would be top loading and you don't want anything to be in the way of that tag going in and out. Okay, we got that part done. Now, what I'm going to leave you with is with some homework. Whatever color or whatever colors you're going to be using in your town, I need you to cut 1-inch strips for the hinges. Okay? And it does not matter if they're super long and you need to trim them, that's fine. So you'll need 4 hinges, and they'll be hinged, they'll be as tall as the shortest piece. Okay, so this one will be this tall. So what we will do is measure this out, and I like to fold it so fold it to the size of the shortest piece. All right, and then trim it off. All right, now you're going to be scoring it at 1/2 inch. So let's score that one, and I'll show you what needs to happen on the rest of them. So we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, right there, carefully. All right, put that back. And fold it over carefully. Burnish it real good, because these are going to be your hinges. All right, so the first one, and don't worry about it if they're open in the back. That's fine. That's fine, because we'll be closing it either from the front or from the back. So don't worry about that. This one will be, you glue this part to the front and the next one to the back, not all the way to the score line, all right? And that way it'll fold. And the next one will be the same. So we have this piece here, and it's only as tall as the shortest piece, okay? And this one will be only as tall as this piece because he'll be going here. So we will go here and crease it and cut it to that size. See what I mean? So you'll have front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. All right, and then I'll score this one. So this one we can go ahead and glue on. Let's glue it on. And I'll show you what's going to happen here. Okay. You can use whatever glue is handy for you. I wouldn't use a glue stick only because I'm not trusting of it staying well. I like to use something that's going to grip and stay. And this is my art glitter glue. Okay, so you come to the bottom here. Let's move him out of the way. Come to the bottom and not all the way to the score line. You don't want it to be on the score line. So here's your score line here. You don't want it to be in the way of folding back and forth. All right? So just this side of the score line is where you want it. Okay, so that will go on the front of this piece. The other side will go on the back of this piece, right up to, but not onto the score line. Okay, so let's put glue on here. And I'm using 65-pound cardstock for the hinges. So any kind of, cardstock would work well because you want it to last when it's bending back and forth. Okay, so you come to the bottom and you want to line it up with your first piece as best as you can and come right up to, but not over, the score line. Up to, but not over. Okay, so you've got it going both ways here. Okay, like that. So it'll be front, back, front, back, front, back, and front, back. Cut it to the size of the shortest piece, regardless if the next one is taller. The shortest piece. Cut it to this height, cut it to this height. And do that, and the next time I come back, I will have that part done, but then we will work together on figuring out what we want in our windows. I like to put things in the windows, whether it be florals or Christmas decoration of some sort or whatever you want, or just decorative paper. It doesn't matter. So the next time I come back, we will do that, and I will have these hinges on and we'll be ready to move forward. Okay, guys? So I hope you join me in this little series. I've never done a series like this before, and I'm really excited about it, and so I hope you come along with me, join me in getting this Christmas lane put together. Okay, guys? So I hope to see you the next time. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. That helps the algorithm. Leave me a comment. That really helps my channel too. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you along with this project. So you guys take care, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.